So in one of our videos about why we don't free range our animals, a lot of people's giving us flack because of this and that. And so we decided to use our ducks and geese, our Top Gun crew, to test them out to see if they're able to free range on our property. Now, we were kind of hesitant because of those four main reasons. However, the next day we were scared that we were even going to possibly lose one.
We left off with having to have Blanche and Rose in a separate little dog kennel just to get them a lot more acclimated, because the geese initially were being just really vicious and territorial with them. After the second day, they all went in to sleep into the pen all together, and we were able to take the dog kennel out. One of our biggest concerns has been Blanche and Rose because we have nowhere else to put them.
Now, one thing that helped out a lot was allowing them to stay in the fenced-in area for at least 3 days. And that got them able to sense where their home is at, where the water at, where they get their food at.
They have been very observant with our behaviors, and just doing that for that 3 days really set them up to know what to expect and behave better.
So it's snack time, and look like they've been up till now. These girls was inside of the coop when I came up for snacks. And then the rest of the guys were all in, swallowing around that little small pond instead of, could have been all in this pond.
Now, finally on release day, I would say that it was anticlimactic. It was not exciting at all. They didn't even really want to come out. It was our brave geese that kind of came out a little bit at first, but we ended up having to shoo them out of the pen just so that we could get them to be familiar. We thought that they would go straight to the pond, honestly.
At least they know where home's at, so.
Yeah. We'll have to let them just like adjust.
Yeah.
And
go through that hole. Go through that hole. Superstar.
okay, make it easy for them to come back with that netting. Oh, shoot. Try to run them back this way. What happened?
I thought that was Rose.
Oh, it wasn't?
It was the other duck. She was hoarding some eggs right here.
Let me see. Where are they at? So
Right
I know
here.
where she's hiding. Oh, she had a nest in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just let her try to have her babies.
Towards the end of the day, like I said, we took advice from Mike from the Fit Farmer, and he basically told us don't feed them in the beginning and in the mid part of the day. Wait till the end when it's time to bring them in. They have that understanding to come inside when it's time to eat. And I think that helped out a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, there's kind of a twofold process that we do in the evenings. We always have kind of like a refresh water and snack time, and that has kind of pulled them into the pen, and they kind of wait there for us to have the snack and be like, okay, shut the gate, we're inside.
Yeah.
And we don't put them in the pen until nighttime.
Now on day 2, we encountered our second fear, and that was the wild drake ducks.
We had an idea that the geese were going to be protective, but we did not ever anticipate what that looked like in action. They literally put themselves between the hens and the wild drakes, and they act like they're a wall for them. They actually kind of aggressively pivot towards them and drive them out of the water and off different parts of the property. It's been actually very entertaining to watch them behave like that. These guys have been pretty annoyed about the ducks and the geese actually finding the pond and enjoying it, and they're acting like they're intruding even though it's their home. 3 o'clock. These guys, ever since they found the water, they've been just hanging at the edge. It's funny how these guys think that it's theirs. And these guys live here. We feed these guys. We take care of these guys. I think the geese are doing a show of force a little bit. Yeah. I think they're flexing on them. It's good to see them starting to explore their home, because they're free. They're free to be all over this pond. They're free to walk through the fields. This is the entire point of what we've done. So far it's been anticlimactic, but today seeing them around the neighbor ducks is a little more exciting. I've been curious about how that's gonna go, and I'm curious if some of the behavior is going to increase or become aggressive as they both dig their heels in. They both feel like this is theirs.
The funny thing about this is Blanche's Rose, they stay near the coop at most of the times, playing in the water and playing in the food and stuff like that, and foraging around in the fenced-in area, because the geese still kind of attacks them a little bit. So they just keep away from the drama and just stay to themselves most of the time.
They get a break from the teenagers is what it looks like.
Now, at the end of day 2, Mrs. Nakid Gardener wanted to show me how she puts up the flock all by herself.
Because I think sometimes he thinks that they don't listen to me, but I seriously, I flex on them.
There's still some out. Huh? She did it. She did it. So we've been training the Top Gun crew for about a week now.
They have been training us.
Yeah, because they'll be up in the fenced area just waiting for their snacks. And it's funny now because now we don't really even have to shoo them in and force them to go inside. They're just waiting for us for their snacks.
I think that they're like, Butler,
Yeah.
come here now, snacks. You can see the fencing is open. It's 5:30 p.m. This is our evening snack time. It's usually pretty loose between 5:30 p.m. and 6. These guys are already in here. They're like waiting for their snack. Truthfully though, I feel like they want to be protected. They like being next to their home base. They don't like going too far out. They have scared us a few times though, running off the drakes. Like they've gone a little bit out of their bounds or close to the edge. I am afraid in different weather, when it gets cooler, that they might be a little adventurous the more comfortable they get. But so far it seems like they do like the idea of having a home base.
There's a few times where we open up the gate to let them loose, and they'll go over the hill and almost out to the fence line, and that kind of gets me kind of nervous. And so we have to kind of shoo them off back into the main part of our property. And then when they try to scare off the wild ducks to go on their side of the property, we kind of have to shoo them back in and make sure they stay at least around the home base, because we don't want them to harm or do damage to other people's property.
Yeah, and in the morning when I come out, it's usually me that's letting them out and stuff. I actually just ignore what they're doing because I want to get into that. I think it makes you more nervous.
Yeah.
He'll go and kind of like really want to ring them in, but I'm just like, they're free and I'm not going to have time to chase them around all day.
So now it's been about 3 weeks and we haven't had any, I mean, we had a few scares, but no traumatic scares.
I think right now my only apprehension or curiosity is guests.
Yes.
Today we had a guy come for our AC, and he didn't even flinch about it, but they were doing that me thing that they do with you, because he has fun sitting there and arguing with the geese. Like he will literally like lean in face to face, nose to nose, and it's kind of a game for them, but other people might not understand that too well.
The geese are great protectors, and I feel now a lot more comfortable in allowing them to free range without any worriness and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Now, when we do have a farm sitter, I don't think the farm sitter will be comfortable trying to ring them all in, even though I feel that we have them pretty much trained.
I would not feel comfortable putting that responsibility on somebody, and so I'm just not even going to entertain that idea of having them loose, because I feel like they have a particular closeness, fondness, and attachment to us that they're just never going to have with a farm sitter. One of our new fun games is finding eggs that Blanche and Rose lay, and they know that we want their eggs, so they keep finding new places.
The Easter hunt is going to be probably at least 9 months long for these free-ranging Top Gun ducks.
Even though that we're having great success with our Top Gun crew free ranging, we're still not going to allow any of our chicken flocks to do that. And we explain that in a video we'll put off to the side and in the show notes below.
Until the next video, let's grow together.